Good evening and welcome to St. Martha's Episcopal Church. I'm so glad to see everybody coming out tonight. You must know what the theme of the music is tonight. We have some Mickey Mouse ears back there. They came prepared. Minnie Mouse. Again, I'm Dave Kemper, the Director of Music here at church. On behalf of also Rhea Preddy, who is our priest, we'd like to welcome you. You're in for a real treat. The people that are standing before you have traveled 3.5 hours from Wilmington to get here. They're still smiling, so that's a good sign. They put up with a car fire in Smyrna and then some big block party in Dewey that has everything backed up, but they finally did make it to Bethany. Next year in their budget, they're going to put in for a beach house for the weekend so they can already be here. So. About halfway through their concert, we're going to take a break, and Annette Breaming is here from Operation Seize the Day. She's going to give you a little bit of information about that, and then we will take a free will offering during that time. If you're going to donate using a check, please make it out to Operation Seize the Day, and we thank you in advance. So, without further ado, thank you.
It's great to have you with us. You'll catch on real quick. Well, good evening. We are representatives, about half, well, maybe two-thirds of the group Coro, Allegro, which is a chamber choir from Wilmington, Delaware. It is our pleasure to be with you today. The music that we are doing for you today is a mixture of the music that we did for a concert back in May, and we haven't seen the music since. So this is a great musical adventure for all of us. The focus of the concert was the music of Walt Disney, and what we did two concerts. The first concert was absolutely bananas. We had 50 some odd kids with puppets and shakers and dance moves and painted faces and all this crazy stuff going around, and we did a bunch of the Disney music that they knew and loved and enjoyed. And then the second concert, which we did the next day, included a lot of that music, but what we did is we went through about 80 years of the movie, mostly animated, music of Walt Disney. The first Disney movie, animated Disney movie is what? Ding, ding, ding. Snow White, 1937. What happened after Snow White is this thing called World War II. And World War II almost gutted the Disney company's ability to do animated movies. And so what they ended up doing is putting together a bunch of little snippets of movies to make a big movie. And the piece that we just did, All the Cats, was written by Benny Goodman. And it was part of this 10-piece thing that had some dancing whales in it. And Casey at the Bat, do you remember the Casey at the Bat sketch? That was one of the ones that was part of that movie. So that was the way it looked like Disney was going to have to go. We got to 1950, and Walt Disney made one last stab at a full-length feature animated movie. Do you know what that movie was called? Almost. Fantasia was something very close, but again, they considered that one of those paced together ones. Cinderella. It was so close that if Disney didn't have success with Cinderella, they probably wouldn't have gone on and done feature-length animated motion pictures. But Cinderella grossed a ton of money for Disney, and they came on. The next piece that we're going to do is from the movie Cinderella. A dream is a wish your heart makes. And if you'd like to sing along, you can do so. Sandy, are you singing this one for us tonight? Wonderful. Sandy is going to be singing the solo for us. We're Cinderella. we could have about a 2.5-hour concert, but we cut some of the stuff. And one of the pieces that we cut was about a 25-minute conglomeration of all of the music from 1950 to 1970. I'll be your candle on the water. What's that one, anybody? Say Pete's Dragon. You're brilliant. That's the one. Yep. I've got no strings to hold me down, to make me fit. Pinocchio, yep. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Mary Poppins, that's right. Let's see, what are some other ones? Salakadoola, menchikaboola, bibbidi bobbidi boo. Put them together. Yep, same one. Good. And there's a whole bunch of other ones, but it would have taken 25 minutes and we would have been here and we would have caught traffic from next week on the way home. So chronologically, we're going to skip ahead because after about the mid-1970s, Disney went through a span where they weren't putting out a lot of animated stuff. There were things that hit and miss, but nothing was really big. But then there were 4 pieces of music that just, 4 pieces of music, good grief. I must have been in traffic for a while. 4 movies that just blew the doors off in the late 80s and the early 90s. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. Yeah, those movies just took that whole animated scene to the next one. So for the next little bit here, which one are we doing now? Under the Sea. That's from The Little Mermaid. And this one's a lot of fun. This arrangement is by the King Singers. Gets a little bit crazy here. Again, we're going to have a blast with it. I agree.
The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things surround you. What more are you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take you from me. Up on the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they sail away. While we devoted full time to floating under the sea.
Down here all the fish is happy, 'cause off in the lakes they grow. The fish on the land ain't happy, it's like crossing in the pool. The fish in the bowl is healthy, they in for a rougher fate.
One day when the basket's complete,
Guess who's gonna be on the plate?
Under the sea. Under the sea. Nobody beat us, fry us and eat us in fricassee. We want the lands for what the cook. Under the sea we off the hook. We got no troubles, life is the bubbles. Under the sea.
under the sea,
Under the sea.
under the sea,
Since life is sweet here, we got the beat here naturally. Even the sturgeon and the ray, they get the earth to start to play. We got the spirit down when you hear it under the sea.
the new play the flute,
You're going to say to yourself, that man has an unnatural tan. That's Tony, and Tony was just 8 days down in Bermuda, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take. So, Tony, we're glad to have you back. Thank you. Now, this is the part that you folks get to have fun with. Remember we told you there were, I'm saying 4 movies. There was another one there. It's just totally going through my head at this time. Had a bunch of great music. And we'd like to ask you at this particular time to join us and sing. Now, there's not enough room for you up here, so you can stay where you are. It's kind of cooler back here as well. But this next, we're going to call it a medley, has got probably 15, 20 songs from those 3 movies, and you probably heard the movie 100 times for your kids or your grandkids. So we invite you as we sing this next, it's called the Disney Dazzle, to go ahead and sing along with.
It is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we welcome you today. And now we invite you to relax. Let us pull up a chair as the dining room proudly presents your dinner.
Be our guest, put your service to the test. Tie your napkin round your neck, sherry, and we provide the rest. Soup du jour, hot hors d'oeuvres, why we only live to serve. Try the great stuff, it's delicious, don't believe me.
Ask the dishes.
They can sing, they can dance, after all, this is France. And the dinner here is never second best. Go on and hold your hand, you will dance, and then you'll be our guest. We are guests, we are guests. Beef ragout, cheese soufflé, pie and pudding on flambe. We'll prepare and serve with flair, a culinary cabaret. You're alone
And you're scared.
but the banquet's all prepared. No one's gloomy or complaining while the flatware's entertaining.
Tell jokes. I'll do tricks with my fellow candlesticks.
And it's all in perfect taste as you can bear. Come on and live your glass on your own free pass to be our guest. Be our guest. Be our guest. Please be our guest.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Here goes the baker with his tray, like always. The same old bread that goes to sell. Every morning just the same, since the morning that we came to this more provincial town. Good morning, Belle. Bonjour, good day.
How is your family?
Bonjour, good day.
How is your wife?
I'm here, 6 eggs.
That's too expensive.
There must be more than this provincial life.
Now our version of Robin Williams is going to take over.
Oh, I come from a land, from a faraway place, where caravan camels roam, where it's flat and immense, and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
When the wind's from the east and the sun's from the west and the sand in the glass is right.
Come on down, stop on by, hop a rocket and fly to another Arabian night.
Arabian nights, like Arabian days. More often than not, or harder than not, in a lot of good ways. Arabian nights, the Arabian moon. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, oh my, look like the boy too shy. Ain't gonna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, ain't that sad? Ain't it a shame too bad? He's gonna miss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, float along and listen to the song. This song say, kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, the music play. Do what the music say. You gotta kiss the girl. You got to kiss the girl.
I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call 'em? Oh, feet. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that
Shiny, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride. Don't you dare close your eyes. Hold your breath if you stutter.
I'm like a shooting star, I've come so far, I can't go back to where
A
I
whole new world.
every turn a surprise,
You won't rise
every romance and letter.
I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare.
Let me share this whole new world with you.
A whole new world. That's where we'll be. A thrilling chase
A wondrous place
for you
True as it can be. Rarely even friends and small events unexpectedly. Just a little change, small to say the least, for a little scared. Neither one prepare beauty and the beast. Ever just the same, ever a surprise, ever as before, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. never fail. You got some power in your corner now, some red ammunition in your cannon. You got some punch, pizzazz, now who and how, sing all you gotta do is run that lamp. And I'll say, Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be? When you take your order, jot it down, you ain't never had a friend like me. No, 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 life is your restaurant, and I'm your maitre d'. Come on, whisper what it is you want, you ain't never had a friend like me.
Yes, sir, we pride ourselves on service.
You're the boss, the king, the shah.
Say what you wish.
It's yours to pitch, about a little more baklava. Have some of column A, try all of column B. I'm in the mood to help you. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like me. Wah, 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 oh my, you ain't never had a friend like me.
Our regular accompanist is a wonderful gentleman named Rob Kennett. Rob could not be with us tonight, and picking us up at the very last minute and sight reading all this music tonight. Mr. Marty Matthews. Here from upstate, and probably from downstate, you know Marty. Marty is the longtime director of middle school choral activities at Callaway School of the Arts. Retired 4 years?
2019.
4 years ago.
This is I'm just starting my fourth year.
Starting your 4th year of retirement.
I recommend it. It's good.
Exactly. You'll also see him gigging throughout the area. He also has a current job in teaching at Delaware Music School. He teaches jazz for adult and for young vocals.
Teenagers.
And for teenagers, yeah. It's a fantastic program if you have a chance, or if you know anybody that's looking for that. They do a great job. Marty, thanks for coming down. You're going to hear this next song and you're going to say, that's not Disney at all. In the late 70s, early 80s, Disney started to try and do regular motion pictures with a rating of PG or maybe even higher. And you know what happened? People didn't take them seriously. They said, oh, you're Disney, it's just going to be a fun family. It's going to be a fun family. We aren't going to take you seriously as a legit movie. So they did 4 or 5 movies, and they all bombed, financially speaking. One of those movies was even Tron. So instead of giving up, what Disney did is they created an entirely different musical production company called Touchstone Pictures. And so, oh, thank you. Appreciate that. They created this entity called Touchstone Pictures, and they started releasing films. Now, you think that wouldn't make that big of a difference? It was a huge difference. The first movie Touchstone put out grossed the company $60 million, and it went on from there and there and there. And this next particular piece of music comes from one of those movies, and it features a Disney princess that you wouldn't even imagine was a Disney princess. That Disney princess's name was Whoopi Goldberg. You know the movies we're talking about, right? This is from Sister Act 2, Joyful. Joyful is the song, and this is Sandy Fine, our wonderful alto soloist.
Joyful, joyful, Lord, we adore thee. God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee.
Annette.
Hello, everyone. That second song, the Disney song, where the words I think were, I have a wish for a dream to come true. And in 2013, when Operation Seas began, that sums it up. Is that right, Bill? It was a concept created here in Bethany that our founders wanted to share the family environment that's here with our wounded warriors from post 9/11. And then it began. They had their first deluge of people, about 180, coming into the VFW, and that had been going on for 8 years until the pandemic came. And I am so happy to be able to say Operation Seize the Day is back. So we will again have about 25 wounded warrior families. The concept is that these individuals went to fight for us and other countries, came back wounded with their families. Some of their injuries you can see and some you cannot. And they went from the battlefield to a hospital to home. So we make sure, you make sure, this town makes sure that they are not only welcomed but thanked, and they have available to them homes that either you or your neighbors have given to them for the use for that week, so they can bond as a family, and wives can feel like wives, husbands like husbands, and children as children, and they're around other people like themselves for the first time. They're not isolated in the towns because they're different. So you and your neighbors have created a wonderful organization and environment for these families that keep in touch with us to this day. You've impacted positively over 1,000 individuals. And we are now back. They always arrive the Tuesday after Labor Day, and they're with us through the following Sunday. So this year, that's September 6th when they arrive, and they will be leaving us on the 11th. And the big night is Friday. About year 3, we had someone from a small town, and Bayside wanted in on the program and wanted us to come to the stage and have them have dinner. And we had to decide how to transport them there. And one of our founding members said, I come from a small town, and we had parades on the 4th of July. So as you know, I hope, that there is a parade. We have a flyer out about that on Friday, the 9th. That will start at Marketplace at around 4:30, and they'll arrive for dinner at Bayside around 5 o'clock. It's a lot of fun. All the communities from even the first year came out as a community, and there's a 5-mile route, and along 5 miles, there's people waving the flags and singing, and it's just a very, very joyous week to have these people here. I'm wearing our new shirt. You can get those over at Sea Colony store if you're interested in a shirt. This is the blue, and Rose, if you stand up, she has one of our first gray shirts. And when the families are in town, we give them this, what looks like a dog tag. They wear it, the veteran wears it, the whole family, even the children. And it says VIF on it. It stands for Very Important Family. And in the past, we would tell you, go on up, shake their hand, and thank thank them for their service. Well, I don't know about shaking hands anymore because well, you know. And, but you could say thank you for your service and tap your heart so that they recognize that we do appreciate them. So with that, any questions?
Thank you for what you do.
Oh, thank you. It's what this town does. It's really, it's the wish of something coming true. So with that,
It's our pleasure to be here with you tonight, to be part of this wonderful event. It is a pleasure to hear and learn about what your focus is, and we are proud to be a part of that tonight. So thank you for your invitation. Well, it's our pleasure. Traffic aside. As you all know, that movie was Cinderella. Just checking, after intermission, you got to make sure everybody's still awake. No, of course that was The Lion King. What a great show it is. How many of you have seen that on Broadway? Now, you've seen the movie. Has anybody seen it on Broadway? The puppets? Were they not incredible? That's the song that we had all the little kids right before the concert. They were all making their own puppets. And then during that song, they were running around with the things, and it was total chaos. It was impossible for us to concentrate as a choir, but boy, was it fun. So, what's next? Oh! Remember the first song we did, and we said that was made by Benny Goodman? One of the things Disney does so well is they grab onto people who have an influence in popular music culture. Somebody in the day like Benny Goodman. Somebody like with Fantasia, they grabbed Perlman to be a part of that. And then later James Levine from when they did the relaunch of Fantasia 2000, they grabbed James Levine from New York and they asked him to be a part of the project. This next song is going to be done by a smaller group from the choir, and it's written by Phil Collins. Any guess what the name of that movie was? Oh, Tarzan. We have a winner here up in the front. Fantastic. You win the prize. I don't know what it is yet, but you win the prize. That's right. That's right. This song has very involved text. You'll get it in a minute. But it's our pleasure to present to you Trashin' the Camp. Negligent in introducing some of our soloists here lately. The gentleman that started that last song in the blue shirt, John Walker from Wilmington, Delaware. And Miss Becky Kelly from also Wilmington, but she came up from Norfolk, Virginia today. Yeah, so we're glad to have you with us today as well, Beck. Okay, now I have a question for you. What is the most expensive movie ever to produce? Anybody with a guess? Most expensive movie ever to produce? To produce, not what it brought in, but how much it cost to actually make the movie. It's a Disney movie, not a Star Wars. You're close. You're thinking in the right area, though. It's a sci-fi. You're right. Pirates of the Caribbean. That was exactly. I heard the dog in the middle said it back there. It was one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, $300 and some odd gajillion, and they actually make money, so it's crazy. But do you know what, as of 2012, now it's been passed since then, what was the second most expensive movie to produce worldwide? You'll never guess. Even that smart aleck dog in the middle back there. The movie is Disney's Tangled. The animated movie Tangled cost $212 million to produce. It is said that they had 3 different directorial changes in the middle, and when you change direction on an animated feature, it doesn't just mean, hey, we're going to do it this way, guys. It means we got to redraw everything. And Tangled is about the girl with the long hair. Do you know how many long-haired girls, do you know how many pieces of hair there were to draw? 145,000 pieces of hair that had to be drawn. That's crazy! $212 million. Can you believe it? I can't. Craziness. But our beautiful gentleman and one beautiful lady are going to join us in presenting a song from there called Perfect for Disney, I've Got a Dream. I don't want to make that noise. I really didn't want to make that noise. So sorry, I'll get you one.
I'm malicious, mean, and scary. My sneer can curdle dairy. And while it's wise, my hands are not the cleanest. But despite my evil look, and my temper and my hook, I've always yearned to be a concert pianist. And to see me on the stage performing Mozart, tingling the ivories till they gleam. Yep, I'd rather be called deadly for my killer show tune medley. Thank you, 'cause way down deep inside I've got a dream.
He's got a dream, he's got a dream.
See, I ain't as cruel and vicious as I seem. Though I do like breaking femurs, you could count me moving fingers. Like everybody else, I've got a dream. I've got scars and lumps and bruises,
But something here that oozes.
and let's not even mention my complexion.
But despite my extra toes and my goiter in my nose,
I really want to make a love connection. See me with a special little lady, rowing in a rowboat down the street.
what is supposed to employ you? Oh, look, I'll fight.
'Cause way down deep inside,
I've got a dream.
I've got a dream.
He's got a dream.
I've got a dream.
He's got a dream.
And I know one day romance will reign supreme. On my face, these people screaming.
There's a child behind it, dreaming.
Like everybody else, I have a dream. No one would like to quit and be a florist.
Drummer doesn't hear it on the side.
Confusing too long until his head makes us sublime.
Bruiser knits, killer souls, Bangles little puppet shows.
That's Vladimir collects ceramic unicorns.
I had dreams like you. No, really. Just much less
That was the whole gaggle of guys. And Lynn Bishop. Thank you, Lynn. What's next? Page 7. That was a course from the movie Frozen. And if you have kids, grandkids, in my case, nieces or nephews, I tried to throw it out. I really did. And it's like it flew back out of the trash and into the DVD player, and it started again and again and again. But that's the beauty of Disney movies. They are with you forever and ever and ever. When Disney started, what was their message? It actually was in the second song we sang. Any dream your heart, any wish your heart desires, and your dream will come true. Well, I think recently that message has got a little hollow because people look around and they say, wait a minute, this can't be what anybody's wishing. This can't be what anybody's dreaming. Now, you guys are here at the beach, and I understand it's a little bit of a different look. But Disney has done an amazing thing with their, with the way that they look at what I call hope. And this last song that we're going to sing for you, which is a song called Someday, from the movie The Hunchback of Notre Dame puts that hope in a little bit of a different text. Did I skip a song? No. Okay, good. I've done that from time to time. Here's how they've changed any dream your heart desires, any wish your heart desires, your dream will come true. Now they say, someday, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, someday, our fight will be won then. We'll stand in the sun then, that bright afternoon. But till then, on days when the sun is gone, we'll hang on, wish upon the moon, and change will come one day, someday soon. It isn't that empty promise that says, oh, just wish it and it'll be great. It's that we might have to hang on, but someday it's coming. And I applaud them for that message change. And that's the hope we want to leave you with tonight as we end our portion of the concert tonight. We hope that all of your days today and tomorrow, that you will be smiled upon and that you will have a blessed, rich, and full life. Thank you for letting us be with you tonight.